I told you, this thing is bigger than Nino Brown, and I got a list of proof. If I'm going down, I'm taking a whole lot of people with me.
Order in the court.
Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
To this day.
Nino Brown Boxing, I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So, guys, it is official. The Jermell Charlo the Tony Harrison versus Jermell Charlo fight that was the scheduled rematch for June 23rd. It is off. And we already know the talks. It's going to happen. It's going to be a whole bunch of Tony Harrison ducking Jermell Charlo. That's all I'm going to hear. All I'm going to say is this. Jermell, we know how you carry yourself. We know how you handle yourself. All I'm going to say to you about this shit is if you ever get injured, don't cry when someone says you're ducking. I don't want to hear you have your little panic attack, your screaming match, and whatever the fuck you want to call it, when your emotions get high and you can't control yourself and you throw a temper tantrum. I don't want to see that happen, because if you're a professional fighter, you fight long enough, eventually you have some type of injury. Sometimes the timing is just bad. I never understand why. I do not understand why people call this the hurt business, but you surprised when a fighter gets hurt. That shit makes no sense to me. Tony Harrison has to have surgery. It is what it is. I mean, if you're in the hurt business, the expectation is you will get hurt inside of the ring and you will get hurt during training. It's really that simple. I already know Jermell. You have a twin brother in Jermall. If Jermall was a champion at 160, and he got a fight coming up, and let's say it's against whoever, it could be Triple G or whoever the fuck you wanted to be. If your brother got hurt and he needed surgery, Jermell, you will be the first person coming to his defense publicly, saying my brother's injured. This is the hurt business. Y'all don't understand the life of a fighter. You'll be the first person coming to your brother's defense saying that he's hurt and he has to have surgery, and that's a part of the game. So it don't matter how much shit you talk. If you're hurt, you're hurt. Now, I've never seen Tony Harrison have an injury. I've seen Tony Harrison get his ass knocked out and come back and become champion. But I've never seen any type of pattern of him getting hurt to get out of a fight. Never seen it. Because just like he said when he was having that interview with Leonard Ellerby, he didn't have to take this damn rematch. He signed a contract. He was in training camp. He could have just simply said, you know what? I'm gonna prolong this shit, and I'm not gonna have any immediate rematch. But then Jermell, shit. At the same time, you reap what you sow. You're the same guy that went out there publicly and said, well, if I beat him, he ain't getting no rematch. He ain't gonna get no rematch from me. I'm like, okay, well, while you on stage pouting and you want to go the little bitch route and talk about how he's not gonna get a rematch if you get a victory from him, well, guess what? Have your replacement fight June 23rd and patiently wait for your opportunity, because this is part of the game. Everyone has a little shit that they want to play. If Tony Harrison is faking it, and let's say he's not really hurt, well, he's playing games, and he know that if he lost, you're not gonna give him a rematch. You're not gonna give him a rematch, and you can be playing games too. Since that's the case, Jermell, deal with it. Yeah, but Jermell, if that's the case, that's what you got to deal with. It comes with the territory. You want to be an asshole about things. Don't be surprised if somebody be an asshole towards you. See, I feel like your biggest mistake you made is when you publicly said that you wouldn't give Tony Harrison a rematch. It wouldn't be a trilogy if you take the title back from him. That's where you fucked up to me. So at this point in time, knowing that you're not going to get this man a rematch, all I can say is, hey man, you get what you put out. Like, you can't say, oh, he's scared this and he's scared that. At the end of the day, we all know that Tony Harrison, Matt, the fight with George, it was a tough fight for you. Stylistically, it's not the best fight for you. So let's say if you happen to win this fight, you know Tony Harrison is a tough outing, and I know that you didn't want to face that type of shit again, because you clearly said it. See, this isn't comparable to Andre Ward comments about Deontay Wilder. Jermell, you said you wouldn't give him a rematch, and yeah, I know you said like, oh yeah, I wouldn't give him a rematch because I felt like I didn't lose the first fight, but you did. It's simple. You did. You got an L on your record. You did lose. With that being said, you're not getting your title shot. You want to be an asshole and say you wouldn't give him a trilogy. Well, be patient. Sit back with your non-title having ass. Sit back and wait for your opportunity. You know, at this point, if you really want a title so bad, let's see how you are. Let's see if you call out J-Rock. Call out J-Rock. See, this the same shit. This the shit I don't like about Jermell. This the shit I don't like about him. You got a guy in Tony Harrison that's injured. He's not gonna fight you. Cool. You can't do shit about it. I understand. That's out of your control. You had a training camp. You expected to get your belts back. I get all of that. But I always talk about the situation with Erislandy Lara that people never talk about. When you had an opportunity in front of you and you didn't take advantage of it. I always talk about it. Call out J-Rock. Yes, your fight got canceled. You about to have a tune-up fight with a guy you should whoop his ass. Call out J-Rock. J-Rock just fought Hurd. You about to fight right now. Have your fight. Stay active. And call out J-Rock. Try to fight J-Rock in November or December. It's June. That's December 6 months from now. You can fight October, November, December. Have a quick turnaround. But let's see if Jermell calls out J-Rock. I'm very curious to see if that happens, because I'm so tired of people pointing out the side of this whole Jermell fighting other champions or fighting champions. I understand Jermell's perspective. Don't get me wrong. Like, I have the ability to see the side that Jermell is in. I can see the position that he's in. I understand that it is frustrating, but at the same damn time, you have Julian J-Rock Williams that has a WBA, the IBF, and the IBO title that just had a fight before you. It's June. You fight June 23rd. December 23rd is 6 months from the day that you fight. Why not try to set up a fight with J-Rock? That's all I want to know. All I want to know. You out here talking about Tony Harrison. You can't let one fighter stall your career. It does, like I said, it could be a legitimate injury, or it can be absolute bullshit. But don't you letting one fighter stall your career. All I'm going to say is just call out J-Rock. Go after that fight. You can't get the WBC belt right now. Go after that fight. Just look at it. I mean, if Tony Harrison is about to have surgery right now, whatever the surgery is about, I haven't heard any details on what the injury is. If he's about to have surgery, do you think he's going to go into a tough fight with a guy that people felt that he didn't win the belt from in the first place? Do you truly think he's going to fight you coming off surgery? Fuck no. No, he's not. So with that being said, move on. You can circle back. If you don't plan on moving up to middleweight, move on, circle back, and try to get that WBC belt again. But at the same time, this is your opportunity. I don't want to hear anybody focus on, oh, Tony Harrison this and Jared Hurd that. Well, what about him not trying to unify with Lara? And right now, you have an opportunity. All I want to know is the night of June. I'm not going to say look past your current opponent. I'm not going to say that. All I know, the night of June 23rd, your focus shouldn't be Hurd. Your focus shouldn't be Harrison. Your focus should be Julian J-Rock Williams. If that's not the energy you putting out there, then get the fuck out of here. This is Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC, and I'm out.